This video explains the basics of HTML. We will create basic HTML and display it using Microsoft's Live Preview extension. We will create an HTML file using Visual Studio Code. We will install the Live Preview extension and display this HTML file. Once the Live Preview extension is installed, a preview icon will appear at the top of the editor like this. Let's preview it. This is how you can display the HTML. Now, let's take a look at the HTML file we created. At the beginning of the file, we declare that this is an HTML5 document, indicating that it follows the rules of HTML5. The HTML tag is the outermost element in an HTML document that wraps the entire content. Each HTML file contains only one HTML tag, and all other tags are nested inside this tag. The lang equals n inside the opening HTML tag is called an attribute and informs the browser that the document is written in English. This helps notify screen readers and search engines of the document's language. The head tag defines the metadata, information, for the page. This includes the page title, character encoding, and responsive design settings. Responsive design refers to a method designed for websites or apps to adapt and display well on various devices and screen sizes. This allows users to comfortably view content on different devices such as smartphones, tablets, and desktops. Title represents the title of the page displayed in the Browser tab. In this example, the title, Basics of HTML, is set. The body tag contains the part that displays content to users. Within this tag, text, images, links, etc. are written. The main tag represents the main content of the page. This includes headings and paragraphs. The H1 tag represents the most important heading on the page. It's common to use the main tag and H1 tag only once in a document. The P tag represents a paragraph. You can write comments in HTML in this format. Since client-side HTML can be viewed by anyone, do not include sensitive information such as passwords or API keys in comments. HTML has many tags, but pay attention to the following points here. An HTML file consists of a doc type, declaration, and one HTML tag. The HTML tag contains one head tag and one body tag. In HTML, all tags are contained within the HTML tag, expressing the structure of text through parent, child, and sibling relationships, similar to a tree structure. When writing HTML, focus on the document structure as well. In Visual Studio Code, you can also check the document structure of HTML from the outline view. Now, let's edit the file while displaying the preview. Pay attention to how the preview screen changes while editing. In this way, you can check the preview while editing. Next, let's take a look at HTML tags and attributes. Tags are enclosed in angle brackets, less than, greater than, and typically consist of a pair of opening and closing tags. However, there are also single tags, such as the meta tag and img tag, which do not contain content. Single tags do not require a closing tag. Tags can have attributes, which provide additional information to the tag. Attributes are written inside the opening tag in the format attribute name equals value. Here, div is referred to as a tag, and div content, div as an element. Common attributes in HTML include ID, class, and style. The ID attribute is used to give an element a unique identifier, and there can only be one element with the same ID on a page. It's useful when manipulating specific elements with JavaScript or CSS. The class attribute allows you to group multiple elements with CSS or JavaScript by assigning a class name. You can assign the same class to multiple elements, allowing styles to be shared. The style attribute specifies CSS styles inline for an element. Normally, styles are defined in an external style sheet or within the style tag, but this attribute is used when you want to specify styles directly for individual elements. Next, let's look into special characters in HTML. In HTML, there are special characters used to display specific symbols and characters. These special characters are called entities. Special characters start with and ampersand, followed by a name or number, and end with semicolon. Let's make a table of some major special characters in Markdown. Particularly, angle brackets, less than, greater than, and double quotes need to be used correctly in HTML. Let's check how the display differs between using and not using special characters. As you can see, the H1 and H2 tags, as well as the text, image, are not displayed correctly. Now, let's correct them using special characters. By using special characters, the H1 and H2 tags and the text, image, are now displayed correctly. Let's take a look at HTML versions here. HTML versions have evolved to define the structure and functionality of web pages. Here are the main versions. HTML 1.0, 1993. The first HTML version had only very basic markup features. It defined elements such as links, headings, paragraphs, and lists. HTML 2.0, 1995. The first standardized version, with more elements added, including support for forms and tables. HTML 3.2, 1997. More layout features were added, allowing the embedding of style elements and scripts. Additionally, layout using the table element became common. HTML 4.01, 1999. The separation of structure and presentation advanced, and CSS was introduced. The creation of standards-compliant sites became recommended. Moreover, internationalization and accessibility of documents were improved. HTML5, 2014. The latest major version, introducing support for video and audio, canvas, local storage, geolocation, and other new APIs. It is mobile-friendly, enabling the development of more interactive web applications. HTML 5.2 is a version of HTML recommended in 2017, and is an improved version of HTML5. Since HTML 5.2, it is continuously updated as the HTML Living Standard, rather than having a static version number. HTML has evolved through these versions, developing into more flexible and powerful web technology. The source code for this video can be downloaded from the official website. If you like, please visit the URL in the description to aid your learning. Next time, we will explain semantic HTML. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to the channel and give it a thumbs up. Thank you for watching.